See note on Ecclesiastes 12:9 and comments on 2 Timothy 4:3 through 4. Yeah, I'm guilty. I'll admit it. I'm not as great as a public speaker as I could be, but I try. I try to get in front of this camera. I know it's cowardly in itself. Um, I did say out loud in my store the other day, I was kind of doing some preaching. So Chris causes that. Chris, you caused me to preach in public. Good job. Thank you, Chris. We have arguments and he has questions and I end up saying offensive things in front of everybody. We were talking about just a week ago while we were doing food freight. We were preaching about. He was asking me about how I can do better. I'm never good enough. Even if I did the best job I could possibly do, I always feel like I failed or that I could have done better. Is his perspective all the time. And I said to him, you know, every character in the Bible has some kind of flaw in them, and I'm the same as anybody else. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I fall short. Moses was a murderer. David was an adulterer and didn't raise his kids. Elijah was he had the, as McGee would say, he had the Elijah complex, which is I'm the only one doing anything around here. And I got him laughing on that, and we were talking this out loud, and some guy walked up to me and he was like, yeah, he kind of acknowledged what I was talking about. So I preached there in public a little bit, probably inappropriate in a job setting, but see, Chris causes that. Good job, Chris. That's what we're supposed to be doing, as Ruckman is saying here. It's cowardice. We need to be speaking out loud about this. I know people that are a lot more braver than I, that would be far better at getting in people's face. I think Jim would be an excellent public preacher, getting in people's faces. I think Jim likes doing that. Jim is a big warrior Viking kid, and he likes arguing with people, so he would be the best preacher, I think, available, because he'd probably get people to punch him, but then he could just, you know, just tap them and they'd go down anyway, but that wouldn't be his goal. His goal would be preaching to them and trying to get them to find Christ. But that's the point with this note. We need to be more bold, and we need to be speaking to people about this. Being silent all the time, or hiding in front of this camera like I am, you know, I mean, I'm not hiding necessarily. I will communicate with you in the comments, but we also have a public ministry in our daily life, and everybody you meet every day, it could be some kind of interaction you could have with somebody to where you could reach them and they could come to Christ. Praise God. That's the whole goal. So